Tactics played in this game could be instructive. Now is a good time to review. Starting with your king's pawn is a versatile first move and leads to many tactical openings. Pawns meet in the middle for a symmetrical battle. I like seeing an active knight. This gives you a lot of solid options. Philidor's defense can be passive, but with the right follow-up, it can lead to some solid positions. This move attacks your opponent's pawn chain. He takes d4, captures the d4 pawn, and opens up the center. You recapture the piece. Knight f6 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e4 pawn, and controls the d5 square. Your pawn is no longer hanging and is now defended. Bishop e7 develops the bishop, supports the knight on f6, and prepares castling. Develops the bishop and attacks the center. They castled kingside, placing their king in a safer spot away from the center. This move activates your bishop to strengthen control over the center. They are right on target. Castling on the same side of the board as your opponent is a solid choice. Their best option was to kick a knight. A risky move, leaving your king open to potential attacks. Their knight is now in a stronger position, controlling key areas of the board. You offered your opponent an opportunity to exchange pieces of equal value. They exchanged pieces of equal value. You recaptured. Precise move from your opponent. With the rook developed, you're building a more robust position. They bring out their bishop, increasing their control over the center. This move doesn't hurt you much, but it doesn't help either. They played one of the best moves here. You had a better option, but this is not bad. They slipped up a bit here. Not the worst move, but definitely not the best. You've moved your bishop to a powerful square. This move doesn't help their position at all. Clearly, you don't want to leave your bishop in danger. Decent move, but they had a better one. You missed an opportunity to win material through an eventual discovered attack. It was an even game, but now you have the advantage. You strike at the center, fighting for space. This pawn move gives their bishop more control over the board. You only had one good option there. This is the only move that works. They defended their knight, which was under attack. Pawns are your king's first line of defense. Moving this one creates unnecessary risks. They played the strongest move available. Good thinking. This move puts your knight into a stronger, more active position. Their better move was to kick a knight. You are now able to kick a knight. Your better option was to kick a knight. You permitted the opponent to kick a knight. Their best option was to kick a knight. You get a chance to kick a knight. The only move, and you found it. You kicked the opposing knight with a pawn, forcing it away. A correct move to get their knight out of harm's way. There was only one good move there for you, but you overlooked it. You got lucky here. Your opponent missed the chance to capitalize on your mistake. Nice, you capture a vulnerable pawn, winning material after all trades are completed. Their better move was to move a bishop to safety. You are threatening to win a queen through a fork. A correct move to get their bishop out of harm's way. This move makes your piece much more effective. Your opponent activates their last piece, bringing all of their forces into play. Not the best move, but not bad either. They've moved their knight closer to the center to boost its activity. Good job defending that pawn. They are threatening to tactically win a pawn. Taking that pawn will win material for you after the follow-up trades. Takes back. A clear recapture. Their best option was to win a tempo by threatening a knight. You have now doubled your rooks, allowing them to team up. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. This is a fair trade. A logical capture. Moving their threatened knight to safety. This move loses a pawn. They missed a chance to tactically win a pawn. You allowed the opponent to capture a knight and win material after the follow-up trades. They capture your knight and will win material after all trades are completed. Their move stopped. Now your pawn is isolated. This is the only good move. Their king steps away from the check by your pawn. You had a better way to add a defender to a vulnerable pawn. Their better move was to connect rooks. You allowed the opponent to win material through a fork. Your opponent set up a fork which will win material. This blocks the check from the queen, capturing your hanging pawn. You allowed the opponent to win a bishop through a fork. Their knight is now in a stronger position, controlling key areas of the board. You dodged the check, moving your king out of harm's way. They took your bishop for free. They are threatening to force. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. You stopped your opponent. They prevented you from being able to force eventual checkmate. That was an even swap of material. A clear recapture. This is a fine move. Your opponent's move wins your pawn. You step your king away from the checking rook. That's playable. You recapture the piece. Your opponent lost their winning advantage, bringing the game close to equal. You exchange pieces of equal value. A straightforward recapture. You allowed the opponent to win a pawn through a fork. Your opponent set up a fork, which will win your pawn. You escape the check from the knight. They took your pawn for free. This moves your pawn to a safer square. Their knight moved to a blockade square, stopping your pawn from moving forward. Well done, an excellent move. They made one of the top moves in this position. Very good choice. I like their choice. This is a fine move. You are going to lose your pawn to this fork. You step your king away from the checking knight, capturing your hanging pawn. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. Decent move, but they had a better one. You had a better option, but this is not bad. Their king is now leaving the back rank to become a key player in the endgame. You trade off equal material. They eliminated your passed pawn before it could do damage. This isn't a mistake, but there was something better for you. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. You had a chance to play something better. That's playable. You dodged the check, moving your king out of harm's way. Pushing their passed pawn. Your opponent has to watch that passed pawn. They found a way to win your pawn. You captured a free knight. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. Well done, an excellent move. Pushing their passed pawn.